Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right, guys. So a lot of recap today. It's going to be a lot of Google I/O and everything that I would recommend to buy and things I wouldn't recommend to buy. So let's get into it. So there was 3 big product launches at Google I/O. The most expensive one and the most talked about one would have to be the Pixel Fold, coming in at $1,799. It really is quite expensive. Fun fact that I don't think that anyone else caught, by the way, that you actually get money back onto your Google One membership if you have one. So when I bought this phone, I think I pay something like $30 a year to get 100 gigs of storage on Google. And I got like 53 bucks back. So it kind of paid for this year's membership and a half of next year's. But the Pixel Fold is a phone that I wouldn't recommend most people get. Most people probably don't need it, but it really does have a lot going for it as a foldable. So as a foldable, I will tell you this right now, and I'm telling you this as someone that has a Galaxy Fold 4. This is the best foldable to ever come out. And the reason why I say that is just because the big miss about Samsung for a long time has been the fact that we do not get good cameras. It's literally the bottom tier cameras that they've had, and it's just something that really has upset me. Samsung also has the ability to give an S Pen input, which they do outside of it, which no one ever carries around with them, instead of having, built in like their other phones. So yeah, it really has disappointed in that aspect. Whereas Google's first iteration is giving you a wider screen, which is something that all Fold users have been asking for. And this is just going to be overall a better interface experience because it's Google, and what they are doing is supporting foldable and more so tablet aspect ratios with this device. And that is huge because it's something that, when the operating system person themselves does it, it's going to be a lot different compared to what it was before. So really, this has me very excited. Now, I will say that one thing I'm very disappointed with is when you trade in, you really get the sense that, Google undervalues their own phones, and that's really disappointing. It's kind of like the old days. If you were on a carrier, you got the best deals if you were an AT&T customer and you were going over to T-Mobile. T-Mobile will give you way better deals than if you had stuck around with T-Mobile the entire time. So, for instance, I wanted to trade in my Pixel 7 Pro. Google was only going to give me, I think it was something like $400 or maybe a little under $400 for that phone. I was a little annoyed by that, but I was like, all right, fine. They're not giving me at least like $600 or something like that, whatever. I had given a friend of mine to sell the Galaxy Flip 3 because online on eBay, you can buy a Galaxy Flip 3 for about $250 to $300. So I told him, like, yeah, sell it around that price range, right? Google's trade-in for the Flip 3 is $600. So, pro tip, if you do want to trade in this phone, it's going to be the biggest thing that is just like, man, it really is going to be the biggest thing that it's one thing that's just like, so if you have a older Samsung device, you're better off trading this in the current Pixel lineup. And again, this is the current top Pixel out, right? The Pixel 7 Pro, and I get $200 more for a 2-year-old foldable phone. And it just shows you where Google's priorities lie in terms of gaining market share instead of keeping their own. So, yeah, I mean, you could literally, if you wanted to buy this product, I would look into that. Like, no lie. Look through their trade-in values, see, like, phones off from eBay or any of the little subsidiaries, and see, like, oh, I can get this Flip 3 for maybe $250, and I get $600 trade-in value for it. So you just save almost $400 with that. So that is definitely something that I would look into if I was taking a look at this, just because it's huge. They're gonna have a dock just like Samsung pioneered on foldables, which I'm very happy. Google obviously gets the advantage of seeing Samsung do it 4 times before them. So I'm definitely sure that they'll do that very easily. The other thing that I would say, oh, that's kind of cool. It's a dual translation, so you can ask a question and it will show them back, and you'll see theirs. That's kind of cool. Very obviously the best cameras that are going to be on a foldable to date. And it has things like that Samsung again pioneered, like cutting your screen in half, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you take the best photos ever with the main camera, as always, just like you do with that. So I'm very curious to see what it'll be like. The only thing I will say that might not be the best is the battery life. It is a slightly smaller battery life when compared to the Galaxy Fold. So that's the only thing I'm very curious about, to see how it goes. But everything else, I mean, getting a foldable display, very happy with that. It's OLED. Triple camera setup. They don't really mention the cameras, which I kind of think is funny on their own website. 12 gigs of RAM, perfectly fine. 4,800 battery. So actually, no, wait. I think that's more. Dang it. Sorry, I clicked something. I think that's more. Let me just... How big is the battery on the Galaxy Fold 4? Actually, yeah, it is a bigger battery compared to the Galaxy Fold 4. Now, the thing I will say about that, though, is that Samsung's Snapdragon processor does an amazing job of limiting the battery usage when you're not using it. So we'll have to wait and see. The G2 isn't a great battery protector in terms of its processing, although it has had 6 months, so we'll see how they work it out. But it has a bigger battery than the Fold 4. So very curious to see how that goes. All right. So who should buy this, and is it worth buying? I think if you are a, trendsetter kind of person, you want the attention, that's the only reason you buy a foldable phone, to be honest, because there are better phones out there that are not foldable, that cost less money. What you get for this, again, huge trade-in value if you have a Samsung or an iPhone. You get better trade-in value for that. The other thing you should note, though, is that you also get a free Pixel Watch at this time with it, which is about a $300 value. Sometimes on sale for, $280 or something like that, but pretty good value with it. And I've given my Pixel Watch to my daughter. She loves it. No issues with it. So good watch for sure. All right. Now we go into the Google tablet. This is my wow one that I have been waiting for something like this for a long time, and it's going to introduce a new concept to the household, in my opinion. It's going to introduce the concept of the real reasons we use tablets. And some people will say oh, well, tablet, it's for productivity and all that kind of stuff. Tablets, the iPad is getting closer now with Final Cut Pro and all these things. All these things that we are able to do now, we can get closer to it. But still, at the end of the day, I would argue that a laptop is going to do 9 out of 10 things better than a tablet would when it comes to productivity. You'll be able to do it faster. You'll be able to process better, quicker, everything. On a tablet, you won't. It's not going to happen. However, Android tablets, definitely, I would say, first and foremost, the biggest thing about them are multimedia devices and devices for kids. That's what I would say most tablets are generally for. And this is introducing the concept of what I would call a home tablet. Now, what that means is essentially a tablet that is only used in the house. You don't really take it out, you don't really go with it somewhere. It is literally used in the house pretty much the entire time. And the idea behind that is that just, again, if you want to watch multimedia, if you want to play a quick, flash game or something like that, if you want to do better, basically, it really is about the fact that with the tablet, you can just dock it, and then it is a Google Home or an Alexa competitor. And that is what's really cool about it, that it acts as a smart home device, essentially, for everything in your home, including a really good speaker that's going to be nice and powerful. But the biggest thing is, and there are some driver issues. So from what I've heard, it's the same drivers as the Max Hub Pro, or sorry, the Nest Hub Max. It's the same speaker as that one, but it's not as loud from what early reviewers are hearing from it, or said after their 2 hours of time with it. One, I would say the environment they're in obviously played a factor. Two, I will say that just sounds like a software issue if it's not as loud, because if it has the same drivers, it therefore has the same capacity and is just a software glitch or issue that they can't get it that loud. But having this, I think, is going to be so good. Like, if you have or have been wanting a smart home device, I think this is perfect. And by the way, the dock is included. It is included with it. So for $500, you get Google, all of the Google services, all of an Android tablet has to offer. Great. You have all the multimedia you could want. The battery life is probably going to be pretty decent. We're going to go over that in compared to the Galaxy tablet in a second. So yeah, in terms of it, it's an LCD, so it's not an OLED. Not something I would really recommend taking outside. It is the first ever tablet with Chromecast built in, because it has to act as a Google Hub, as a Nest Hub device. So it very much so is great for a lot of the tablet-based things. And here's my thing always too. Oh, genius case, by the way. So this case is a built-in kickstand. I bought the tablet and the case. And the ring allows you to still dock it because of how big the ring is. Genius design. Whoever did that deserves a raise. So yeah, really good for that. Now, what I will say about this tablet, don't we have the text box? Here we go. Now, what I will say about this tablet is it's not going to be pretty much like, the best out there all in all, right? It's an LCD, good screen brightness, typical. It's not going to be the biggest thing. It supports US 2.0 stylus pens, so it's not going to be finite pens as much as, again, it's not for productivity. I want to make that perfectly clear. This tablet is not made for productivity. The OnePlus tablet that just launched, it came with a keyboard case and a pen. They're gearing towards productivity. Lenovo tablets, really good as an external monitor. So a Lenovo tablet, a lot of the higher end new ones that are around 500 and up actually have an HDMI in. So you can actually use it as an external monitor. So I could bring my laptop and that tablet, connect it, and the Lenovo tablet works wired through a second display. It's much better if you need it literally to be perfect in sync. And the reason why that matters is because, say, my Samsung tablet can act as a second display, right? It's a 14-inch tablet, great tablet. It can act as a second display wirelessly. I can't really use that for photo editing. Sorry, not photo editing. Photo editing could. Not for video editing. Couldn't really use it for video editing. Also, even productivity-wise, unless it's something that's going to stay static on that display, it's going to jitter too much. It's going to have issues. So it's limitations to it. In terms of processing, it has the Tensor G2 still. It has 8 gigs, I believe. Yeah, 8 gigs of RAM. Wish it would have had 12. I think that would have been better, but I get it. They're trying to save cost here. So, all in all, with this tablet, how does it compare to the Samsung tablet, the one that's going to be the top selling tablet of all of these tablets? So, in comparison to it, it's a little bit lighter. It is going to be almost the same kind of screen size for it. G2 chip, 8 gigs of RAM, a 7,000 milliamp, so about 1,000 milliamps less compared to the Samsung. Samsung will have more cameras, but Google will have the better cameras. So overall, Samsung is going to be a better productivity tablet because of DeX, because of a lot of other things. It's going to have those things for it, right? But what I will say is that with these two, Google is establishing something different, right? I've long said that if you go against Samsung and Apple, the two standard bearers of the industry, the two ones that sell the most of the industry, you have to either go lower price or you have to have your own niche. So what I just said, OnePlus came out with theirs, $500 price point, so it's lower than the Samsung would be, and keyboard case and pen included. Great. Same thing with Lenovo. They have an external monitor for the price, or their other tablets are very lower price competitively to Samsung's at each tier. Then you have Fire ones are going to be Fire tablets are going to be very low, expensive. And now Google is entering the phase of the home tablet. So I would recommend this for anyone that is looking for a tablet that they can use at home and that they only really ever use at home. But then when they dock it, it's an amazing speaker. It has Google Assistant on there. It has everything you need, and you don't ever really need to take it outside. So I think that's honestly a lot of people. However, I will say that the one time that I use my tablet the most often is actually traveling. So obviously a different concept from this, right? But my tablet is used for traveling, and that would need to be an OLED, which this tablet isn't, and which all 500 tablets aren't. To get an OLED, you typically go higher price, and that is the reason why I would recommend Samsung tablets overall still, because you want an OLED for the brightness and the quality outside. It's still why the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra is the best single-handedly multimedia device out in the market. It has a better screen, better resolution, and better battery life combination than any other device in the market. Still. So that's what I would recommend for people to travel and use it as a multimedia device that way. If you, however, want to use it as a multimedia device at home, this costs less, it's good enough, it has everything you need, and it's a Bluetooth speaker that could fill up your living room. Not a bad way to go. All right, last one, quicker on this one, is going to be the Galaxy Tab 7a. So with this one is obviously an affordable phone, very inexpensive, and just made for a good quality. I have it over there. Basically with this one, I bought it just to see how it was. But overall, for $500, you finally get wireless charging in a phone at this price range, which is rare. And very happy about that. I got the blue one personally, so I'll be coming out with the, video, how to take better photos with it, and definitely on the comparison between this one and the Galaxy 54, A54. Those are going to be a interesting comparison, especially when, like, last year, although, I said, and a lot of people said, well, you get to Google for the camera, with finite detail sometimes Galaxy does better at this price range. So I'm very curious now to see a year later, because I remember when I was taking like pictures of motherboards a year ago with the 6A and the Galaxy A53, Samsung was actually taking better better pictures of the circuits, which are very tiny, not in macro mode or anything like that, but just very good quality for when you zoom in. And that was something I thought was interesting. Now this time around, the Pixel 7a has a bigger camera sensor, so it should be on par, if not better, but I'm very curious to see how it'll go. All right, so that's about that. You get this one if you just need a mid-range phone that honestly has everything that the 7a pretty much had, but at a lower price and still really good quality. So yeah. All right. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is that if you want to sign up, you can for Google Labs. So if you just search Google Labs, you'll find the website. I think the exact website is labs.withgoogle.com. But basically, this is going to give you access to all of Google's new AI tools that they announced. So the first one and big one is going to be their search engine tool. So this is going to be a search engine tool, just kind of how Bing is now, with you have an AI built into it to give you better responses, more catered towards you. If you want to sign up for this, you can. So really good to do this for sure. Then we have this one, which is more for businesses. But if you do have Google Workspace for your business, wow, this is about to make your life easier. It has AI to help you out with images on your slides presentations. It has ability to help you out with compose things, all these kind of things. Really great stuff that's coming out for this part. Next one, we have this one, which is going to be, no, sorry, that's Workspace. Wait, did I get it wrong? No, yeah, Search. Which also search, by the way, does include help me write for emails. Very excited about that. Help me write is a really cool feature. Very happy about. And this was what I was telling you. Oh, so, and then we have Tailwind. So Tailwind is pretty cool because it allows you to take all of your content for like, if you have Google Docs written about pages. So they gave an example of a student, right? If you took all your notes in Google Docs, it could then give you a summary of all of your notes and bring it into one. So that, say, for instance, I remember I used to be able to, in some tests, have 1 page of notes for a test. You could literally have AI generate that 1 page of notes off of your notes. So really cool concepts of that. It can even quiz you based on your notes, all these kind of things. Then another one where you can be a lyrical genius. Apparently, this one is going to give you music ideas and create AI out of your words and make it into a song. I don't know. Like, it's really crazy time, but these are called, again, you can search Google Labs and find all of these, but you can sign up for each of this. But yeah, if you literally want to make your own music based off of just your ideas, it can literally become your lyrical wordsmith for you. AI is getting into music. All right. Let me go to the next thing. And, oh, hey, Mullet Baby, thank you for joining us. I will get to all of the questions and everything. R. Rawson, Quiet Storm, I see all you guys' comments. I will get to them. Just getting through the news. 2 more articles, and then we're done. All right. So, Moto is coming out with their new Razr that's going to compete with the Flip 5. By the way, the Flip 5 is my second most anticipated phone, and I'm honestly anticipating it more than the Fold 5 at this point. We'll wait and see what they can do to surprise it, but yeah, it really is interesting to see what's going to happen. However, Moto isn't just sitting around. But I will say that based on the images of this, it looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. If Samsung has a bigger screen too, I don't know if Razr is going to get any attention. Unless Razr brings their price down to like $800, I don't think Razr is going to get any attention. And that sucks. Because this looks absolutely beautiful. Like, look at these new renders of this. And they're calling it the Razr 40 Ultra. I'm not really sure why, to be quite honest. But this is a new look. It looks awesome. It looks beautiful. Like, I really think this looks super clean. And it's not going to be a slouch. You know, it's going to have the latest Snapdragon Gen 2 on there, 128, 256, and 512 storage, 8 to 12 gigs of RAM, depending on which version you get, and over 3,600 battery on there, 33 watt fast charging, pretty decent cameras on there, like all good stuff. I don't know how well it can do with Samsung. Like, they better release this soon. Like, if Razr really wants to make a splash, release it next month. That gives you 2 months before Samsung comes out, and it's your best shot. it's your best shot. They look beautiful. I'm very happy about them. I get more excited about this than the Flip 3, or sorry, the Flip 4 even. But the Flip 5, I don't know. I would still choose the Flip 5 over this. But that's me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right. And then the last part is the Flip 5 is going to get a feature that has not apparently been on these phones. And I remember hearing about these things, and I never, like, my time with the Flips have been very short. I've only used them for about a month or 2 weeks or under, and that's been about it. But the Flip 5 is finally going to get DeX. I always forgot that it didn't have DeX for some reason. So, but yeah, the Flip 5 is going to finally support DeX. I think this is very awesome. It's something that all smartphones should have from Samsung, to be quite honest. The A series should have it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but like every phone should have this. I don't see a reason why not to. It's not that much of a difference to add it on there. It should just be on there. But yes, this is a really big feature that I would say that should have been there. It's going to be there now, so very happy that it will be there. All right, guys, let's get to all of your questions. Hey, R. Rawson, thank you so much for the super chat donation, man. Happy Mother's Day to Miss YouTube Tech Guy. Yes, I started off strong this morning, but I have gotten in trouble, so I cannot go over 9:15, so half an hour more, guys, or else I will get in trouble. So yeah, have to keep the wife happy on Mother's Day. All right, let's see. So once again, thank Mo Baby for joining us, always dropping the scoops and all these awesome things. So let's go ahead and see some of them. Best foldable phone until the Fold 5 comes out, unpacked in August. I will say I'm very curious about the Fold 5 because all I've heard about it is this is the updates that are coming to the Fold 5. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if there's something greater that I am missing because I want to like the Fold 5. But this is what I know about it so far. And if this is it, I'm not impressed. Thinner. Okay. Better hinge so that you can't see the crease. Lighter. That's it. Like, that is all I've heard about the Fold 5. And if they don't, you know, improve the cameras, give us a built-in S Pen, make it a wider phone. I've heard all that stuff is a possibility with the Fold 6, but not the Fold 5. Fold 5 is basically a refined Fold 4 with those updates. So if there's something else, believe me, I want the Fold 5. I just unfortunately haven't. Hey, Quiet Storm, thank you. And thank you for the shout out for, yeah, if you haven't checked out our new security camera video, go ahead and check it out. Pretty good video and really good quality camera. I have really liked this, having it. It's just awesome for sure. 4400 is the best Samsung battery they ever made, but it's stopgap because graphene is not ready for prime time. Absolutely. When graphene hits smartphones. So for those of you who don't know, I've talked about it before, but graphene batteries will replace lithium batteries. So you've heard lithium batteries before, right? That's pretty much on all smartphones, all electric cars. Everything is usually a form of lithium battery. However, there is something called graphene, which is double the capacity of lithium at the same size. So this kind of technology is going to be huge, but we're still waiting for it to be ready. And it's been talked about for at least 4 years, to my knowledge. Like, I mean, yeah, I want to say at least 4 years. So we've had this technology as in certain battery not battery packs. We've had gallium nitrate as a part of some of the chargers, but graphene batteries in smartphones aren't ready yet because of the quantities that they would need and how many they would want, and the costs associated to them. Just not ready yet, but it is something that I am very much excited for when we would finally get it. Okay. All right. Good go, job. Huh? I'm not sure about what that means. Um, After ditching Pixel tablet, a they lost a lot of steam to make it back tablets in 4.5 years later. Um, they have a lot to make up for. Absolutely, absolutely, they do. Definitely, the Nexus 7 was one of the best products that Google ever made. Arguably the best 7-inch tablet of all time as well. It was just an amazing device. But Google has never made a great 10-inch tablet. You know, they did the Nexus 10. They did the Pixel Slate tablets, which were like Chromebook Android tablets, and just weren't as good. But yeah, they gave up on tablets. Let's make that clear. And Samsung has been carrying the banner for tablets forever. By the way, you'll see this in my review video too. But I just always want to reiterate, when people say, like reviewers say, and tell them to talk to me, no one buys Android tablets. Everyone only buys iPads. Android tablets have been dead. Android tablets have never not outsold iPads since the second year they've come to exist. So since about 2012, over 10 years now, Android tablets have always outsold iPads. Want to make that clear as crystal. They have always outsold them. Now, you can say, well, but yeah, no one manufacturer has. Sure. Same argument with standard Android and standard Apple products, right? Same argument. Oh, Apple sells a single product more than anyone else. True. Samsung sells more devices than they do in smartphones. And Android has always outsold them in smartphones overall and tablets overall. Just always want to make that clear, because it's something that I feel like it shows reviewers are detached, because they don't understand that, especially parents. Parents just want a cheap multimedia device for their kids to use. I have a Galaxy Tab. The Galaxy Tab, I think it was the 7 FE that my son uses and that my daughter uses. 2 tablets right there. My wife has another FE. I have the 8 Ultra. 4 tablets in our household. 4 tablets. So yeah, they are used for a lot of things. And yes, that's 4 Android tablets I want to point out too. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions started. Everybody drink. All right. Unless on Monday you plan to switch to Verizon, you will need the premium unlimited plan to get the higher trade-in values. Unless on Monday you plan to switch to Verizon. Oh, so is Verizon going to be carrying the Pixel Fold and they'll give higher trade-in values? Is that what you mean, Mullet Baby? I'm not sure. I did after. Oh, yeah. Galaxy Tab A. Galaxy Tab A is a great series. I really like it. I usually will recommend an older S series, like used or just one that's still on the market and you can buy for cheaper, new. Then a Tab A. But Tab A's are great. No issues with them. I would recommend sometimes though something like a cheaper LTE model. Like, so this is a TCL tablet that I recently started setting up, and this one has 5G for like I think this one retails for $400, if not under. But yeah, so really, not gonna win any beauty contest. Very basic stuff here, but again, kid tablet, and one that I can put a SIM card in and then have internet everywhere. That's why I would get it, right? So always these things are, again, just reiterating why someone buys things. I'm so conflicted right now. Should I get the Pixel Fold or wait for the Galaxy Fold? Help. I would look again. If everything we have heard about the Fold 5, as of right now, I don't know why I would get the Fold 5. I would recommend keeping your Fold 4. If you have a Fold 4, keep it. Like There is not a big upgrade to the Fold 5 from everything we've heard right now. Again, we're talking semantics because this device isn't out yet. So definitely keep that in mind. But it's something that I'm just kind of like, man, it's something that is in the back of my head the entire time. All right. Can we get a AI remix of your song? There is no song. I've never sung a song. It's never been on the internet and I had it taken down. Never. All right. No problem, Quiet Storm. Oh yeah. Let's see. I don't want to get in trouble. She's yeah. How much trade-in value can I get for the Fold 4 for the Pixel 4? Let's go ahead and find out. Just making sure it doesn't show any information or anything like that while I try to buy it. All right, let's go for Samsung. So not bad. For the Fold 4, it gives you 900 trade-in value for this one. I actually have the 512, so I wonder if it gives me more. Nope, still gives you the same amount, 512. So yeah, so it looks like you would get $900 for your trade-in value for that. So it would bring it to about 900 on top of it. But yeah, definitely curious to see how that goes, kind of thing. But I mean, Fold 3. Fold 3, you get 800. Like the Pixel Fold is definitely leaning towards like the older devices giving you pretty good trade-ins. Like again, the Flip 3, $600. This phone you can get, I'm not lying, for $250 or $300 online right now, easily. So that is just crazy trade-in value. Like when I saw that, I immediately told my friend, "Do not sell this phone, like for $250. Hold that, because Google's gonna give me $600 for it." But yeah, so yeah, for the Fold 4, you get 900 from it. Now here's the thing: last year I would have said Samsung would have given you $1,000 for it. However, unfortunately, we saw very low trade-ins this time around with Samsung for the S23 Ultra. So hopefully that has changed and we'll get better trade-ins this time around, but I don't know if that's true. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay. I would love the Fold 5 with the IR Blaster. Absolutely. IR Blaster would make me love it for sure. Please like the video. Thank you so much, R. Rawson, for saying that. Should I wait for the Flip 5 or the Motorola Razr looks good? I'm torn. I would still go for the Flip 5. I mean, the Flip 5 looks great too. I mean, we've shown plenty of pictures of it, but like the Galaxy Flip 5 looks absolutely amazing. Like, look at that. It looks great. Like, I am here for it. Like, I am so down for it. There's been a lot of other flip phones, but this one, I would personally go with the Flip 5. Samsung has been doing it better too. I mean, let's not kid ourselves on that. Like, they've been doing it better than Razr has. Like Mullah Baby mentioned, they just took a year off. Razr took a year off. That's not the worst thing ever, because they were trying to perfect it, make it better. But yeah. I'm sure you know how much the Flex head is. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I must miss some kind of joke or something like that. Fold 5, Z Flip 5, Tab S9, Tab S9 Plus, Tab S9 Ultra are the last products done before the reorganization. S24 will be the first test of the new Samsung leadership. That is really interesting. Mullet Baby, I can't tell you how much I always love when you're on here, man, because as much as I love to teach and talk about things, I love learning new stuff. I love learning it. That is really interesting. Um, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how that goes because, yeah, let's see what the S24 and next year's products are going to bring that's going to be very new and interesting and hopefully has a big jump. Very interested in that. Serious question. How do you know? Oh wait, serious question. How do you keep your hair so slick? Like Old Spice gel. And yes, I have this like one like little strand right here right now. But yeah, yes, Old Spice gel smells good too. That's why I like it. Just natural. Verizon has two new plans starting Monday. The plan, my plan, unlimited, and plan my premium plan. Only on the second plan, you will get a higher trade-in value for all devices. That's really cool. So if you're on Verizon, you're thinking about getting a new phone, take a look at their new plans starting Monday because it looks like they're going to increase all their trade-in values to get more people on there. R. Rawson, there is no song. You will have to pay for Disney Plus, Apple TV One, 3-day travel, and 100 spot gigabyte. Each add-on will cost you 10, and you have 9 perks to choose from. Wow, only $10 for a 100 gigabyte hotspot. That's awesome. 3 travel day pass. I like that too for only $10. That's good. And yeah, $10 for Disney Plus or Apple One is pretty good too. So awesome features. Cool. I'm sorry. I meant, should I meant I wait for the Flip 5 instead of the Razr. I mean, I would wait for the Flip 5. I don't know when, we do not know when the Razr is coming out. I would say that if they're not coming out in June, it's a mistake. But I don't know if that's for sure. The 5G start, do more, play more, Apple One, and will get more, will no longer be sold to Verizon. Got it. So it's going to be new kind of plans, and really, I mean, Verizon does need, as far as I know, Verizon has dropped in their, like, I think they're number 3 now, aren't they? Like, I think T-Mobile's 2 and AT&T's 1 in terms of users. So, I mean, they've needed something because Verizon's strategy, when I was really involved in all the carriers and knew all about them, was like before the pandemic. So you're talking about 5 years ago, probably. But their strategy at the time was very weird. They weren't trying to get new customers. They just wanted to keep their current customers and add tablets to every current customer they had. That was their game plan. They were going to add tablets to every single plan so that they could basically get more lines that way. And that way, every quarter they would be up on add lines. But that was their plan at the time, so I'm not sure that it's going to be... I never thought that would be sustainable, so it's great to see that they're trying different things now. Let's see. What is the best way to get Microsoft Office since it did not come with my Lenovo ThinkPad? Other suggestions welcome as well. Okay, so first and foremost, I cannot... you can get it, of course, on any of the regular platforms, such as, whatever. Best Buy, Newegg, Amazon. You can totally get off those. It costs about $100 typically to get Office for that. The easiest way I would recommend is if you have a student account or can get one. Office 365 is free with that. So very good for that purpose. Other than that, if you want, or work, by the way. So my job gives me Office 365, so I have it for that account too. All these are possible. The one I would say that is a little bit more that you didn't hear from me is if you do a Google search for buy Microsoft Office, I think that's all you need to type. There are plenty of websites that will give you Office with a key that works right away for a much lower price. The problem with those is you have to be careful because you don't know if they're reliable, if they're going to be malware or spam or something like that. But I mean, you can get Office for definitely under $20 on some of those websites, but you always have to be careful because of obviously all the issues that could come with it. And if you're not as tech savvy as say like myself or something like that, where you can know things and like that and just know off the top of your head and how it is and all that kind of stuff, then you could get in a very bad position. So those are your options. What's a good budget tablet for a 5-year-old girl? Oh man. Okay, we will find that out for you. Let me see. What is it? Monday 15th, Samsung deals, good prices of yours that are not Black Friday. Yes. So definitely, I would say that's a huge thing that happens is on Samsung deals this week. It starts tomorrow. I'll be posting them on Google and on Twitter. The best deals. There'll be affiliate links, of course. But if there's a really good deal, I'll let you guys know about it. So if I post it, that means if you're in the market for it, you should probably get it. Okay. Let me go ahead and let's find some tablets here. So I'm going to do Best Buy and Amazon for a quick search. So we'll do that. Tablets. And just do all tablets. Now, the obvious one that I would say for younger than 5 is easily the Fire HD, right? The Fire HD tablets, the reason why... Oh, sorry, kids. The reason why these are always, and I mean always, like I literally have 2 of them in my my closet that from when both of my kids were younger. The reason why these are always recommended for kids is because they have an insane warranty. If you crack the screen, it's covered and it comes with it for free. So yeah, to say the least, these are the go-to ones for that. So if there's any, one that I would recommend for that kind of thing, it is these ones, which they come in different colors and all that kind of stuff, whatever you kind of want to get. But the biggest thing is that you get it so that it doesn't have any issues for breaking or anything like that. Now here's the thing. So yeah, it's 2-year worry-free guarantee that if you drop, crack, or spill anything like that, it just comes with it included. That it's really good. It's on sale for $150 right now. So that is the one to go with for that. Kids tablet. And maybe that is what you need, but be careful with that, because the main problem with this, while this does give you content, great content for a year, because Amazon like Playtime or whatever it's called comes with it. After that time period, you lose access to all that. So you have 1 year of Kids Amazon Plus for free, but their idea is that you're going to pay for that the year after. And because you do lose a lot of the usefulness of it, because it has all these shows, all of these games, all this stuff for free while you have that subscription. After that subscription ends, you have to buy it. So just know that going in. So that's why I would and wouldn't recommend this tablet always. Let's go back here though. All right. So did you tell me a price point of 500 under, or did I just imagine that? Good. Oh no, for a 5-year-old. That's what I was thinking. Okay. So let's go for lower price tablets. Let me just move this over a little bit. I hate these kind of things. Like, don't give me this BS. Let's go for let's go for Wi-Fi only ones just to make that easier. Can you take Wi-Fi off or no? Wi-Fi only. There you go. All right. Okay, let's jump ahead. So for a 5-year-old, let's go ahead and see. So this one might be a good one. By the way, Samsung should be having a lot of these on sale this week too, so just know that going in. If you're looking for one, you might want to see about that. $64 gigs I don't think is very necessary. Yoga tablet. Okay, let's see that one. I mean, this one's nice because it has an S Pen built into it. It's older now for sure, but it's just nice because it has an S Pen built into it. I mean, you're talking about a high quality pen, and it comes with it. Let's see. And I don't want to go more than 300. And that's just more storage. Let's see if any at 300. I mean, obviously there's lots of iPads that you can go with too. Yeah. All right. So for this one, so we have the Tab A, 32 gigs of storage. Let's see. Let's go for the specs. All right. 1080p display. This is an LCD on here. I think all these prices we're going to have LCDs. 3 gigs of RAM. We'll see if we have something better than that. I don't know if I would recommend that for a 5-year-old. They might get annoyed and, you know, it might be too slow for them. Very light. All right. How about this Lenovo? 11-inch, 4 gigs of RAM. Comes with a built-in kickstand, which I do like about Lenovo. I don't know if this has their... No. Okay, it doesn't have their HDMI out. In terms of resolution, it looks a little... No, same size. Okay. Ooh, a MediaTek processor. MediaTek isn't bad, but the G90T is a little bit older. I mean, that processor is probably old too, whatever. They don't even say what processor it is on here, really. 7,500 milliamp battery. So, I mean, Lenovo has a bigger screen, but it has that. Samsung, I think, is a lot lighter weight, though. That can't be right. It's not 1 ounce. What? Okay, they definitely put that in wrong. I'm guessing 11 ounces. Even 11 ounces is very light. I don't know. And then we have this one, which I'm probably gonna recommend just because I already know it probably has. So right off the bat, it has 64 gigs of storage. This one has 128. Actually, never mind. This one has 128. So, this is Geek Squad certified, refurbished. So just know that going in. 4 gigs RAM, micro SD card. It's an Exynos lineup. It's again older for sure. I'm probably gonna either recommend this one. I'm not gonna recommend the Tab A in this situation, just because for the difference, I think it's well worth it, and you can even get this. Box isn't that much cheaper, but I think this is a lot more worth it than this one, especially because the processor too that I don't know, and this one has more RAM and more storage, so it just seems better off. So I'm going to recommend this one or the Lenovo one. Lenovo, great brand, great company in terms of it. They even have this button over here that brings it to like a streaming service kind of thing. And yes, you can even hang it if you want to buy it. But I like the built-in kickstand. I like a lot of things about it. Front-facing speaker too, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm either going with the Lenovo or I'm going with oops. Let me see, I'm either going with the Lenovo or I am recommending the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. Those are probably the two that I would recommend. From there, although I just realized we never went to Amazon, so let's go see if there's another one there. So this is the Lenovo. And then this is the Samsung. By the way, if you have any questions on something you want to buy, let me know. Tab S6. All right. Hopefully that helped out, though. Okay. And we have to call it a show in 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. So let me get to everything else. Make sure I got to every other question. Let's see. Stream alert. Hola from work. Hola from work. Hey, Rudy. I will wish Miss YouTube Tech Mom a happy Mother's Day for sure. What do you think the Galaxy Watch 6 Pro? Also, tell me if you have Mother's Day. I will. I think the Galaxy Watch 6 Pro is going to be great because it's going to bring back the dial we've wanted. That will come back. However, the rumor is on it that it's going to have a smaller battery. So I don't know if I can recommend that one until I know that. Love to have the dial again. Physical dial is so much better than the touchscreen dial. It's just not as satisfying. But yeah, I don't know if I could recommend it if it has a smaller battery because I really like having a 2-day battery life. All right, guys, I think we will wrap up from there. Thank you guys so much for always tuning in and watching. More content coming out this week, as always. We have the 7A, we have the Galaxy A54, content coming on those. Plus, I can finally do this Miko one. I will say, filming with a toddler is never always guaranteed to have the best footage, so it's been taking much longer than I thought it would. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.